What is up, red boxers? In this video, I'm going to show you how and why a short squeeze may not happen, and it may be the total opposite. It could be a huge long squeeze, and the public could just get totally annihilated. So this is what you're not being told. And if you want to just stop watching my video and call me names and be mob mentality, go ahead. And this video is for the people, those people that are calling me names and telling me to shut up. I don't know what I'm talking about, and this and that and this and that. I'm not sure if you're aware how this actually works. So this video is for you. I'm going to show you how and why this could be a total disaster for you. The public could just get totally driven into the ground here. I'm going to show you how. So I was failing in my videos to speak perfectly clear. A fella named Robert B has showed up in the comments section of my videos. And I appreciate your comments, man. Shout out to Robert B if you're out there. So let me show you the one comment he made here that really sums it up. Here we go. Bitcoin Street. Bro, I'm trying to tell people the same thing. I'm telling people here, this is going to be mega bag holders. Redbox is going to have an enormous crash. It's going to crash on your head. Robert B's, they're convinced this is GameStop 2.0 or bigger. It took GameStop several months of ramping up before its first squeeze. The merger between Chicken Soup and Redbox will happen way before a massive squeeze occurs. The cost to borrow is extremely high, but why would shorts feel forced to cover on a massive loss, on a massive scale, if they know Redbox is going to be non-existent in less than 60 days? Now, maybe it's not less than 60 days. Maybe it's 120 days. Who knows for sure? I'm not sure if they've actually set a date, but it's going to be in the next few months, likely. So let me explain it to you this way. Let's go to GameStop. So this is what you're not being told. And if you want to just stop watching my video and call me names and be mob mentality, go ahead. You know how mob mentality usually ends up, right? So here we go. Here's GameStop. Here we go. It starts ramping up. Start of September. That's basically where we're at right now with Redbox. And let's see before the short, there could be short squeezes in here, right? Maybe people are getting liquidated through here, but a lot of it's retail. So here's the real squeeze: January 8th, October, November, December, January. A little over 4 months before the squeeze happens. Okay, let's go to AMC. Now I'm going to go over here later, and I'm going to show you how and why this could be a total disaster for you listening. This is the Bitcoin chart that I covered daily for a long time. I know this like the back of my hand. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to prove to you what can and probably will happen. So, okay, here's AMC. Similar deal. Social media runs amok, right? Now, these both worked out these were huge short squeezes, but even these, look what happens afterwards. So, but I'm not making that video about that. Okay, here we go. AMC. Here it starts to get an inkling the start of January. Okay, and then this is kind of looking like Redbox, right? Peak, fall. And where does the squeeze actually start? May. January, February, March, April, into May. It took about 5 months just to get going. So let's go back to Redbox. Here's the problem that people just want views, or maybe they don't understand exactly what they're talking about. Here's the 5-year chart of Redbox. Okay, let's see. So zoom out. Here's the 1-year chart. So basically, this is just the ramping up. There's really not much of a short squeeze. There could be people getting short squeezed and liquidated on a small scale here, but this is likely just longs piling in on top of each other because of the hype. So let's just say this is the very beginning. This is just ramping up, right? April, or no, wait, here's where actually Redbox announced the sale. So it'd be right here, middle of May. So let's go from the middle of May. Let's go 4 or 5 months. June, July, August, September. The middle of September, the middle of October is where the short squeeze is likely to happen. Now, for those of you that are calling me names and telling me to shut the F up and I don't know what I'm talking about, here's the Bitcoin chart, and I'm going to show you exactly what is probably going to happen. Now, no one has a crystal ball, so I'm not totally sure. This is just a big warning, right? Giant warning. So for those regular viewers of mine that watched, I opened a short position here on Bitcoin at about 44, 45,000 right in through here. And I got stuck in it, right? I had a chance to get out here, but I got stuck in it. But what I did is I just kept adding to my position because I wasn't over leveraged, right? And I still had dry powder. So I was in a short position here, right? And the reason I knew I was okay is because I knew this was a dead cat bounce of Bitcoin, even though it set an all-time high. It's still a dead cat bounce. I knew it was coming back down, right? So all this time through here, people were calling me stupid for shorting and blah blah blah. But as long as I don't get liquidated, I knew this was coming down. And I knew this was coming down, and I'm going to show you here in a second why this is very relevant, right? I knew it was coming down, so I just kept adding to my short position through here. It was impossible for me to get liquidated because I just kept steadily in increments adding to my short position. I was in no danger whatsoever of being liquidated because I knew it was coming down. I kept doing it, and then I took a huge profit here, right? So later on here, I actually longed and made a mistake, but for those of you that remember that, but that has nothing to do with it. I just on a side note. So from about August, I was shorting Bitcoin daily. Whoa. I was shorting Bitcoin daily, right? From August, beginning of August or middle of August or so, wherever it was, all the way to December, into December, right? And I took a big profit here once it came down, right? And because I was shorting incrementally all the way through here, all the shorts I was doing way up here were wonderful, right? So let's go back. So I'm not a day trader, so I'm not super technical, but my gig is the long-term plays, which I just seem to have a knack for. That's the problem with Redbox, is there's a finish line, right? There's a finish line. People end up getting liquidated here because there was no ceiling. There was no ceiling. This could have went up to thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So they were getting liquidated. They were forced to cover. But Redbox is different. Redbox is different because there's a finish line, right? There's a finish line. So let's just say the finish line is right here where my cursor's at, right? This is where every Redbox share gets turned into 8.7% of a chicken soup for the soul share, which by today's prices, Redbox is 74 cents. If the deal went through today, every share Redbox would be worth 74 cents. You want to talk about a massive squeeze, and these people, they know that, right? Just like I knew that Bitcoin was running a cycle here and I was going to be okay as long as I just stayed away from getting liquidated. That's all they have to do, right? So if they've got pockets, it can be costly to them for taking out loans to borrow money to keep their short positions open. They don't have to close their short positions. That might be where people are getting lost, right? So there's a finish line here, and it's in a few months. Now you can get me on, well, you said exactly this, and you said that, and you got this number wrong, and you didn't, you don't know what the short interest is exactly. And but I mean, if you want to be a wordsmith, you can call me names and stuff. But there's a finish line. This will end with a massive long squeeze. You understand what I'm saying? This could totally go the other way, and there's really no reason for it not to. The only way for this to go into a giant short squeeze is if the social media and the public forces the big shorts to be liquidated, right? They don't have to close their positions. If they've got the pockets to incrementally keep their position open and don't get liquidated, they will win. And they will not only win, they will drive the social media and the public crowd that's calling me names. They will drive you so far into the ground, your head will spin. You won't even understand what's going on, right? Can you imagine if the deal was done today and every share was worth 74 cents? Can you imagine the destruction and the power of that move? That's what's going to happen. There is a finish line, right? This chart stops. And the people stuck in their short positions, they know that. They know that day's coming. It's highly unlikely the deal falls through. The shareholders have already voted for both companies. It's already been approved. So basically, if you're looking for a short squeeze and you think you're going to win, basically what you're doing is you're putting all your money on a roulette wheel on one number, and there's 38 possibilities, and you're hoping that's basically your only hope, right? Now, No, maybe the public puts in gazillions of dollars and they do force a short squeeze, and I could be wrong, but it would have to be a liquidated short squeeze, right? Because it doesn't make any sense to sell up here, right? For a massive loss. I mean, it doesn't make sense to close your short positions here, right? To buy out at a massive loss when they know this company's ending. Redbox is being delisted. It literally will not exist. That's what I'm trying to tell people. If Redbox goes up to $100 from the public longing in, if Redbox is $100, it's still going to be worth 8.7% of chicken noodle soup, which by today's prices is 74 cents. Now, chicken soup for Seoul price could go up, so that could increase, but it's not going to cover. It's not going to be really relevant. It's such a small amount, right? So say basically what you don't understand is say this is Redbox chart here, right? And say this is up here. Say up here is $100 Redbox. But these short positions, say they don't actually get liquidated and they've just been increasing their positions. And not to mention, if they increase their positions, that those sells will also hold the price of Redbox down, right? Because they're selling, right? For every share someone buys, they're going to be selling. So if Redbox was $100 up here, and then the deal goes through, this will go straight down, like that GameStop chart I just saw. It'll go straight down, right? It'll be an absolute massive loss, right? So that's probably what's going to happen. That's how dangerous this is. But don't do anything because I'm saying it. I just want to tell you what is probably going to happen. So maybe by some miraculous event, I'm totally wrong about this. But as long as they don't get liquidated, they can keep their short positions open for forever and ever and ever and ever. But that's the problem, right? That's what I'm trying to tell people. There's a finish line. Redbox has been sold. It's already a done deal. All they got to do is sign the papers. You, the people that own Redbox shares, well, that's the problem is the people just showing up in the last week or two probably don't have any idea what's been going on with Redbox, right? I've been covering it since before it IPO'd. So the Redbox shareholders, they already voted. This deal's done. It just needs to be, literally just needs, the ink needs to dry on the paper. So 1 in 38 chance the deal falls through. You're playing roulette. That's what you're making your big bet on, right? Redbox $100 here. The deal goes through. Boom! Redbox is 74 cents. That's called a long squeeze. It's called disaster. So I just wanted to open your eyes, and I've talked enough. I've repeated myself a few times. I just want to drive that point home. A short squeeze happens when they're liquidated. That's where the hedge funds got caught in GameStop, because those were companies that were still going to exist down the road. Redbox is different. There's a finish line. There's an end, and they know exactly where that's at, or they know it's coming if a date hasn't been announced, right? The same way I knew Redbox was, Bitcoin here was on a dead cat bounce and coming down. Now, I made a mistake. I did, right? I got stuck here. I got stuck here in my short position, but I just kept increasing my short position up, because I knew this was a hype cycle. Boom! Big profit, right? For those of you that watch my channel, you remember that? For those of you that don't, well, I'm telling you now, that's what can happen here with Redbox. If it goes $100, they can just keep increasing their short, right? Just keep increasing, because they know it's going to be worth 8.7% overnight when the deal's done of chicken soup for the soul, which is sitting at $8.56, which would be 74 cents. Say chicken soup for the soul goes on a massive run up to a miraculous $100. Well, then Redbox will be worth $8.70, $5 lower than where it is today, which is still a huge loss for all long people. All right, I'm out of here, man. If you want to catch my next videos, hit the like button, subscribe. And if you want to call me names in the comment section and tell me shut the F up, and you're just, everything, man, and you're just following the mob, stick around. Don't stop watching my videos. Stick around for a few months and come back later and tell me if I'm right or wrong. All right, later. Thanks for watching.